No, there was a kind of a... I guess the nicest way of saying is there was a kerfuffle going over Hatcher Air Station. But it looks like Emerald has just kind of brushed away Connery's Air Force. There was fighting going on, but it never looked like at any point that Emerald's Air Force was ever in any serious threat. It was just kind of some lone scythes for Connery. No, duking it out, but the numbers game in the air is all powerful. I mean, you might be super amazing, but...
Well, Connery did have their strike force back at Naom Am Station, and then Emerald decided to encroach upon their territory.
Here's an interesting thing. Did you know that Zoe doesn't necessarily help bursters? So we have a Zoe Max with dual bursters, and it's not actually helping them.
It doesn't help anything outside of 10 meters.
So there you go.
Pretty insanely useless in most cases.
And he's using bursters thinking, I'm really awesome. What you need, son, is lockdown. You know, because lockdown's pretty good.
We were just talking about being able to attack multiple places, making it seem like you're fighting more numbers. This is a perfect example. We just watched Emerald resecure a construction site, and here they are down in the south at Biddle Eastern Depot.
And they're on Broken Vale again with the squad.
Like they have platoons, just absolute platoons of people holding the point here. They have multiple sunders, multiple spawn points. They have a galaxy hovering above. This is an incredibly difficult thing to get rid of. Even if you have resources, even if you can pull maxes, even if you can throw grenades in there, you can't just kill the people. You have to kill everything that they brought with them. And Emerald has been doing this all day, just having all of that stuff ready. And here comes Connery to try and resecure. They look like they're right at the door. They do have some maxes. They're throwing some grenades inside. We're going to see if they can clear it off. And then
which base you at?
A reverse point hold. This is Biddle Eastern Depot. This is a crazy, crazy fight inside the point room.
Farah, just to let you know, the time has disappeared from your screen now.
Okay. I'll try and get it back. Cheers.
And just chewed apart. I mean, they were so close. Connery came so close, they cleared off probably 2/3 or more of Emerald that was sitting here. They just made another pushback into the other side door.
It's pretty chaotic. We are here watching this fight going off. You could say that air doesn't and vehicles don't make a difference on this base in that they don't have a direct impact on the capture point, but your air, if you can hold the point, still holds some key choke points. You can apply some pressure, but we're not seeing that. It's pretty ruthless, although the maxes are now in for at least a max for Connery.
Engaging all their reavers and lived in sight.
Whereabouts is this air fight?
The A point at Biddle Eastern Depot is
Construction site
chaos.
It's flickering. It's still okay. Here comes reinforcement max for Emerald.
And this is exactly what I was talking
about.
Oh,
pressure, and they've got a point back.
Just because you killed the people off the point, they immediately have spawn, and look what they came back at.
They said, oh, you brought maxes? Right, now we'll commit the reinforcements and the numbers, and we'll put maxes as well. It looks like most people have chosen, in fact the vast majority of people have chosen to go with the Cells camo.
It's starting to look like... I see a lot more Scythes than I do Reavers right now.
At construction site beta?
Yeah,
that is
like
what
Connor just won that engagement.
What we saw at Middle Eastern Depot is what makes it so disheartening to try and fight this. It winds up being, you manage to push in, you manage to get the point, you have that victory if we got the point, but they have so many ways to spawn back into you and so many other things to pull, they just say, okay, well, we're coming back with maxes, and they kick you off the point 10 seconds later.
Kudos to Connery for beating up on Emerald's Air Force.
So they got 60 seconds now to get the capture point back for Biddle Eastern Depot. And the problem is that although there are 4 entrance points to the cap point, they're only going in through the main 2 that they have access to. They're not coming in from the other 2 access points. And there's a wall of max, so grenades are calling the day. We've got a lot of wounded maxes. Just keep throwing the grenades in, grenade spam, and you might be able to do this. 25 seconds to go. You need to run in. There's no time left. Go. Go now? Yeah, oh well. It's like they just wanted to play the kind of delayed iron going there. There's maxes in there, and they just pushed the point. Fair enough.
Oh, this is. Oh, they need more people. They need more people. This is
Where you
brilliant
at?
by Connery. They have a small squad that has come back. They actually spawned into the biolab, and they're coming in the back way to the point at Broken Vale. You can drive a Sunder up there. They don't have one, and they only have maybe 8 people. I just caught it on my minimap as it happened. They might actually get in here and get to the point if they're. This was Future Crew.
Are they fighting underneath or on top?
Unfortunately, they just didn't have enough people. It
Ah.
was maybe 8. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh wait, no, it's possible. Saw a very fast light assault there with the jet. He did an extremely good job of getting to the point.
That was such an exceptional flank, and I all I saw was Future Crew. I apologize to the other people. They spawned into the biolab and they ran across the hill to get over here to the point. They ran up over the mountain through the back door. There was no NC back here. They had no idea they were there. That is absolutely the kind of thinking and tactics that Connery needs to start using.
They've got themselves the point, but the fact is, do they stay and defend? Because it's still... Well, okay, after a minute to go, then they can leave off, so it's not that long. No, I wanted to have a look at... Gurney Dam has been stopped again. 2 squads. You can see a huge platoon have just recalled at Gurney Dam with the population numbers to stop that hack from going through. I'm not sure if NC wants to fight a Bytol biolab. It seems kind of sketchy. I mean, they're basically in the north. They're trying to push Awful Pit again, so that'll be interesting. See whether or not they get to the amp station. Their options after this, because they're getting stuck at large outposts, is just to push along the Broken Vale lane afterwards. That's the only lane that is like a small outpost. We'll go north and have a look at Awful Pit.
Generator repaired.
Brett.
Looks like Banu's got themselves a capture point back and are pushing back on the rest of the NC vehicles.
There is a really nice open defense going on here by Connery at the Awful Pit. They're pushing forward through the trees and the swamp here, and they're trying to take out the vehicles and Sunders that Emerald is bringing in. They're doing a really good job of it. They've managed to actually push them back quite far and blow up several Sunders along the way here.
Game referee, an all call, 30 minutes remaining now. 30 minutes remaining.
Connery has snuck a Sunder over by Bitzel Eastern Depot, behind where all the Emerald Sunders are, just decimating them one by one. No one's here to defend, while everyone's trying to get into the biolab.
Oh, I see you.
Right
Oh.
No, I'm at Bitzel turn over.
Oh, I meant Farah.
You are screwed.
They're decimating all these.
Oh, there he is. Hello, AOD infiltrator. He's looking at that point. He wants that point. He's like, no, I want that point. So he was the guy who flicked it when there's nobody. Oh, he's going back in for another one. We're going to follow this guy. Coast looks clear. Oh wait, someone else is flipping it for him. Oh, that infiltrator didn't have enough found time. Please do continue while I watch this one infiltrator decide what he wants to do with the rest of his life.
Connery has the largest push yet I've seen on Akan Southern Labs right now. It looks like the better part of a platoon or an entire platoon here. It's an interesting choice. It is a single cap point base, but you're really gambling that they don't bring their air in here because it is one of the most open and exposed things that they can come in, and there's hills all around for them to just hop back over when you lock onto them. I unfortunately this. Oh, never mind. Actually, here comes Emerald with a Galaxy, trying to drop onto the point immediately, and they brought very many Maxes in that Galaxy.
I don't know, dude. Looks kind of sketchy. There's a lot of people.
There are actually 2 Emerald Maxes which have made it onto the point of Akan Southern Labs, and now they're saying, "Hey guys, come down here. I can't flip this." But
I tell you what, the cloaking suits in Planetside are better than the Predator has, because this infiltrator is kind of slowly edging himself along the water, and he's not de-stealthing. He wants that cat point. I don't know, dude. There's motion darts. Unless you've got motion sensors, this isn't going to work very well. Oh, he's getting closer.
With even population, Emerald manages to take back.
Oh, enemy infiltrator! Enemy infiltrator! I saw it. Did you see it? Oh, he saw it. But did the other infiltrator saw him? The infiltrator's right there. Oh, he's running in. He's going for the point, but he's got hit by this head. Oh, he went for the infiltrator, but he got hit by the hex on the back. That was tragic. He was patient. He was calm. He was calculating. But another infiltrator is going to back him up. No, he just gets killed. All right, you're a lesser infiltrator. That guy, he was patient, but just didn't go anywhere.
This fight is still raging here at Con Southern. This is finally Connery using the tactics that they've been having used against them. They have spawn sunders. They're not in the greatest of places, but they can come back in and they can try and bring back people to the point. And that's exactly what they've done. They did not get enough cases.
Yeah, but they've been pushed off, and okay, now they're Emeralds pulling Vanguards, pick off the spawns. I mean, at least just one Vanguard, but still, it's a nuisance.
Unfortunately, they cannot seem to get people onto that point. They've managed to kill several Sunders as they get in, but they can't flip the point.
Okay. Vanguard stopped. Sunder's still alive. Getting inside is tricky though.
Emerald Air Force came back with a vengeance, and now looks like they're running off Connery Air Force at Nom.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's so many maxes at Can Southern Labs. That with just, lots of motion darts and sensors, even with the spawns. Okay, yes, fighting here prevents the fighting from occurring at Broken Vale, but I suppose with the point at Nason's Defiance, you do keep Broken... No, never mind. 2 full squads plus a Broken Vale. So this fighting at Can Southern Labs is now redundant.
Something that we saw very early on was Connery kept Sleepy Hollow ticking. It was something that they managed to get a small group of people up there, a squad, maybe 2, and they would keep it ticking. And eventually they were kicked off of there. They lost construction site Beta behind them. They had no longer a connection there. And now that's exactly what Emerald's doing to them at Hatcher Air Station. They aren't really committing a whole lot of people there. They're just having enough that they can keep the points flipped, and now Connery has to send people back to reinforce it, and they can't push out on a Con Data Hub, which is probably a little bit easier of a cap than Southern Labs. It's an internal point, it's a powerhouse building, you can do a little bit better of a point hold there. So by protecting that, if that's what Connery's trying to do, is go for that biolab, Emerald is protecting the biolab by just keeping Hatcher Air Station ticking in their favor.
So
Something I mentioned earlier, that Brad pushed up into Bitol, are now using it as a staging area to retake the Eastern Depot.
Well, currently at Broken Vale Garrison, we're watching this very large, we've played our hand. I mean, Emerald has played their hand here. They're going to possibly lose other bases due to this. Maybe even Gurney. Well, no, it's interesting what's going on, but the simple fact is they've got a lot of people on the air pad section of Broken Vale protecting the jump pad. I don't know if they can go underneath, maybe, but the point is that they're basically having a defense in distance, not letting them get anywhere near on the top side, which is smart. Pulling away from the point, keeping them as far away as possible.
Gurney Dam resecured again. It's almost, you could replay the resecures and they look identical. Connery will get a vehicle down there, a Sunder, something like that, and it'll just get slowly picked apart. They wind up looking like they have half the number of people at the base that Emerald does. I think that's just simply attrition. They don't have the spawns there. They don't have a galaxy hovering above.
Look at this. They've got 2 squads. Assuming the numbers at Can Southern Labs are correct, they've got way too many at Can Southern Labs. Alright, now the numbers just updated. So they've probably come back to Broken Vale, but they're still outnumbered. They're pushing along the bridge because the jump pad simply isn't working for them. No maxes, all infantry. 90 seconds. They've got enough time to bring maxes, but it really must be down to the fact that resources are going to be tight. This is a horrendous killing field that they're trying to come in from one direction. They need to come in from 2 directions, possibly the airpad. With 70 seconds to go, though, it's definitely in Emerald's favour. You really want galaxy reinforcement. Alright, hello. Pressure on the roof. Anyone dropping out? One guy.
Concerted effort by by yes.
One guy. Okay, one medic. Let's go.
Broken Veil is ticking in favor of Emerald. Hatcher Air Station, it looks like it was
Max
ticking,
crash on Eastern Depot.
I'm actually heading to Hatcher Air Station because it looks like the VS decided to try and resecure that with more numbers, and we're going to see if they can get there in time. It's 90 seconds.
Hey guys, I got this. That's a nice crossbow. Crossbow the heavy assault in the groin. Well done.
It is a minute remaining, and the VS have population at Hatcher Air Station. I just don't see the population. I don't know if they're all spread out or what here. Oh, they see. Okay, they're fine. I guess they're moving point to point in a group.
Alpha capture point is swarming with Connery, but with 9 seconds to go, I mean, they're getting closer and closer, but 5 seconds to go, there's just simply too many Emerald on the cap point. Connery will probably succeed in getting to the point and wiping off the Emerald force, so go TR, congratulations for Captain Base for being the dominant team at least. But ultimately, well, let's tell a lie, I wonder if Connery can actually push them off here, and there's very bloody fighting going on.
Hatcher Air Station had a massive number of Connery head back to resecure it, and that's now ticking back down. But they sent a lot of people here to deal with what was basically 2 squads the entire time, and that's exactly what the purpose of that tactic is. You send a squad in, you send less than a squad in, and you get it ticking down to where the other team panics and sends way too many people to deal with the number of people who were there.
Well, I mean, Emerald sent a large number to go vehicle. Emerald sent a large force to go Broken Veil. Then they got pushed off. The point is that now with 4 minutes to go, we have a very large Connery force not doing anything else anywhere else. Oh, look at this Sundra, and the Max is about to crash back inside. Connery's like, yeah, we got the base, we got it without Maxes, or more or less, and now we're going to come take it back with Maxes. I'd rather see them all going in one kind of concerted team rather than kind of piecemeal, but yep. The Maxes came to the woods today.
That is a waterfall of gorillas down that cliff face. Holy cow.
You know, this was on a BBC One nature show with David Attenborough, where this barnacle goose, 2 days old, has to jump off a 400-foot high cliff, and can't even fly. It just sort of kind of gracefully floats down, splatters on the ground.
20 minutes remaining in the match now.
And then proceeds to kill Connery as it moves up to the spawn, to the cap point.
That was
the mini-map has got to inspire some level of, well, inspire your own team, but, you know, instill a level of fear in the enemy. Like, what do you do? If you're a grunt on the ground, right, what can you do as one man against such overwhelming shotguns and steel?
It is, it really has to be disheartening to face this, especially knowing that now Connery has to be light on resources. They can't pull their C4, they can't pull their AB grenades.
Here's an interesting question. What do you do with all these Maxes after you've taken a base? Do you just lose them, or do you try and use the Galaxy to kind of, you know, reuse your Maxes? Because I mean, it's a nice one-trick pony. You go an overwhelming force, you take a base, but do you try and re-employ? You know, I mean, there's going to be like 12 Maxes plus here. Do you try and pick them up with a Gal and drop them somewhere else, or is it just too cumbersome to try and save resources?
I think at this point, the Emerald is flush with everything they need, and wasting a Max is not something they're worried about doing.
Well, instead, Gal has a bunch of people. I wonder if it's just one squad or has got some Max guys.
Keep rolling. You've got this.
Are the fun police on the TR 800 plus accounts?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Unfortunately, here at Kessel's Crossing, the VS have more population, but they weren't in the right spot. This is a incredibly dense... Oh, never mind. Here they come back. They got wiped out, but they did manage to get a Swan Sunder in, so they are coming back onto the point here. They have population at this base. This is a base that you could technically get to a bunch of choke points and make it very difficult for Emerald to come back without sending a real large population to you. it makes all the difference. Now they have that spawn sunder. Connery can come back in. Unfortunately, I don't see any maxes coming in. I think that's just a fact that they don't have the resources to pull them.
So I like this level of recycling. That I followed some maxes, and I followed a galaxy that picked up a button. It was mainly just one outfit, although they had like 4 or 5 maxes. They had a galaxy pick up at Broken Vale, and they just hopscotched over to construction site Epsilon. And there were some defenders, but they just stomped all over them. And now they've recycled the same maxes that they used in the previous pool and used them in a max hold on attack on construction site Epsilon. And now they're defending to move out to the 2 bridgeways, I'm liking this, and just contain them on the bridgeways. I'm going to assume, yes, Connery's Air Force, they had a Galaxy, but now Emerald's Air Force is here in style. So they're using their air to stand outside, be safe, and then just throttle Connery's attempts at resecuring look at these maxes in this building, just waiting for someone to come in range and to get shot at. Because there's no teleporter building. So unless they bring a Sunder in from a previous base, Wainwright or Iron Maiden, it's actually Iron Quake, but yeah.
Iron Maiden's a band.
Yeah, it's torture device and a Halloween name. Oh, that infiltrator! I saw you before. You're just crossbowing. You know what, sir? I am going to have a look. You are. Let's see. Oh, who are you? You are NC-197.
Emerald's Air Force has found Connery's Air Force above Broken Vale Garrison. It looks like Connery did not have near the numbers to counter what they ran into, unfortunately. They just lost probably half their people immediately in that engagement. The others are turning away to save what resources they can. It seems like Emerald has decided to use their air as a resource to try and protect their galaxies, to move galaxies around and things like that. And Connery seems to be using its Air Force as a gang squad, and they can go after oblivious rest of air. If the Emerald Air isn't there, isn't paying attention, they can go after them and get some kills. They can kill a couple of galaxies, but Emerald is holding the air dominance of they are consistently up, and they are consistently using their air to allow people to get on the point and to allow people to bring their galaxies in.
Yeah, Maelstrom. There's another channel? Alright, never mind. We'll inquire about the stats. I was trying to find that NC guy in stats, but he wasn't in the list.
Connery seems to be just giving up Hurricane Secure storage here. They do not have people spawning in.
Construction site Epsilon has been swarmed with reinforcements in the form of an anti-air Sunder. Yes, that's going to question mark help. Maybe the blocking forces are running over people. What's the default handheld crossbow called?
Crossbow? Actually, I don't know its official name.
Yeah, can you find out for me?
Yeah, hold on.
Just type it to me in TeamSpeak or something.
The Hunter QCX.
Here you go, guys. Alright, hold on. 29 kills for the Hunter CQX. I think we all know who was doing that. Just wanted to show you that.
Connery is back doing another very good point hold at Bittle Eastern Depot. But the differences shine through. They're here holding, and if they lose this point, they don't really have any way to come back in. And here comes Emerald, just chucking grenades, and here comes...
They're going to get construction site Epsilon as well. This stalling or holding is now falling away. Emerald just applying pressure and getting bases again.
That max crash, this wasn't even near as many people who have been fighting here in the past. That was probably only a squad worth of maxes, only a squad worth of scat maxes. But, it is... They were spotted, you could see them, and you could just see this conga line coming for you. And you have to know, standing on that point, that you don't have the resources, you don't have the C4, you don't have the grenades to take care of those guys at this point.
That infiltrator you're looking for, he is Cute Beaver.
Who, sorry?
Aaron, it goes off the name, not the Silver Smash character now.
Yeah, I can see how certain characters they're actually tying in. So one thing, and I'll show this on the leaderboard, is we actually do have people able to tie in names instead of server smash things. So you will see here that some people actually do have their names in, and that's because we're tying them in either on an Excel document or people are self-signing their character name with their, so we can show in stats who they are. It doesn't mean that their character in game, they'll still be like server smash something. That's why I couldn't find them. But the guy's probably got like 29 close quarter kills with the crossbow, which is cute. Most of them, I bet, are in the groin of Vanu Heavy Assaults. Oh, construction site beta. There's plenty of time for this team that just took Sigma to get back there if they want, or just keep applying pressure and going into Connery's rear territory. There's actually not that many people here. Compared to the force that took Epsilon, Beta is a relatively light defense. Not really any vehicles, not really any massive infantry, not really fighting outside the building. I can see 6 seconds to go, Emerald saves this.
Now, there was a first for Connery. After a massive resecure from Emerald, it seemed like Middle Eastern Depot was over, and they started moving out, and someone from Connery stayed behind. I don't know if it was a single stock folk. I left as well. And they started the cap point ticking down again, and it had to be another massive resecure from Emerald. That is the kind of play that Connery has to do if it wants to secure these bases and allow them to move forward on lanes. They've done a very good job of protecting the biolab. The biolab is now protected for almost 3 minutes here. Use that either to come back to this base or go to another base on the lane or something. You don't have to worry about the base behind here. You need to use this time to defend somewhere else and allow yourself to push, because you don't need people here anymore.
Right. There was a request in the chat, and admittedly they are a little bit behind us, but it was like, show us candy cannon kills. There have been 3 candy cannon kills. Somebody really wants them. Construction site beta, however, has been saved, as we thought it would be. They're trying to bring up reinforcement sunders here for Connery, but the problem is that it's an entrenched defense now, and it's just not going to happen. Not unless you have huge numbers. I want to know if the Hatcher Air Station probably isn't going to go anywhere. That's been going back and forth the entire game. It's probably the same guys that are there the entire game, D117 from Emerald, possibly. But they are now trying to attack Wainwright Army, so they've got themselves a punch-in. They're not going anywhere in Cairn Station, they're not going anywhere in Bytold Lab. Hurricane Amp Station is a natural sort of block, so they have to go back and forth and defend. They're not going anywhere in Hatcher Air Station, and the Awful Pit is just a really difficult kind of base to try and take in the nature of its cap point.
All call. 10 minutes remaining in the match now. 10 minutes remaining.
Which means the last soft, easy point to take is the one you described at the beginning of the game, pushing through the Southern Acan labs, and then just going through single points. They got Brokenville Garrison, they got Construction Site Epsilon, and now they're trying their hand at Wainwright Armory. They're 64 to 35. Can they break 70%? What do you think? I don't think so, given the nature of... They'd need to get Awful Pit, Norm Ravine Overpass, and that's got a gen thing. That's quite difficult. If they can get Wainwright Armory, they can split up to